Welcome everyone to the Shannon Legislative Breakfast. We just want to recognize a few people in the room and thank you for taking time out of your busy day for coming. First, Chief Cook from Lynn Community College for hosting us. Chief Reddy from the Lynn Police. Chief DA Paul Tucker, thank you. Natasha Meji-Madri from the Lynn Council. I think I saw Liz Lorraine Gately, she snuck in there, right? School committee. Representative Donald Long. Representative Cahill. Mayor Jared Nicholson. So my piece of this, well, Sean's on the school committee, and Sean Reed is also on the why are we here? So the Shannon Grant is a state-funded grant program that supports regional, multidisciplinary, multifaceted approach to combat gang violence through coordinated programs, intervention, and suppression. So since it's state-funded, we like to bring in the state delegation, the local delegation, show them where the money they get for us has been going over the past year, and so that's why we bring you all here. It's important work. The City of Lynn has done this work over the years with many different agencies, a collaborative we call it. We meet once a month, the steering committee, and it involves the Lynn Police Department, LYSOA, or the Lynn Youth Street Outreach Advocacy, Catholic Charities, Lynn Parks and Recreation, and North Shore Community College. We're going to call up eventually all the representatives from each agency that will tell you a little bit of what they do. And then most importantly, at the end, we have two young people who actually have been affected by these programs, and they will give a little testimonial of what the programs have done for them. And you'll hear from them towards the end. And first, I'd like to call up Chief Reddy. I'd like to say a few words.
I'm from a large family, so I can, there is no mic anyway. I'm just going to be very brief. I just want to say thank you to all our partners. We've seen in the past year how critically important it is to have agencies like yours doing the work you're doing for the youth in our community, especially those who are at risk. They face many challenges in their lives in a community like this, and having that type of support to help guide them on a better path for education, for job training, and for life skills, it's critically important, and it literally changes lives. So I just want to thank you on behalf of the police department for the work you do. Thank you.
Now we're fortunate enough today to have our guest speaker, Mayor Jared Nicholson, on why this work's important. Podium. Sure.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, North Shore Community College, for hosting us. I am wanting to start by acknowledging that we had a difficult day in the city of Lynn yesterday, and extending my sympathy and condolences to the victim of the incident at KIPP, and also my gratitude to everyone involved in the response to that incident, as well as the team KIPP, the emergency response, the DA's team as well. Those difficult moments are times when we all need to come together, and Tony from LYSOA was there yesterday, and representatives from the council as well, and I know a lot of folks were sending their best from wherever they were, and it's also so important, and I'm grateful to today have an opportunity for us to come together and reflect on some really positive things that are happening in this community, thanks to the Shannon Grant and all of the work that you all are doing in support of our youth. The Shannon Grant has allowed the City of Lynn and the team that's on this committee to prioritize community safety for quite some time now. And we've had a difficult year over the last year dealing with community violence, and I think as we grapple with that, it's important to remember that we have folks like the organizations listed here that have been doing this work for years and are doing it every day, and we're grateful for that to happen. And as we think about how can we do more, we think about how can we build on the work that these organizations are doing. And I say organizations, and ultimately it's the people who do that work that drive the change. And a lot of those people are in this room: Lieutenant Donovan and Chief Ray, Deputy Vale, the Police Department, Lisa Nara from Parks and Rec, Antonio from LYSOA, the representatives here from North Shore, Catholic Charities, and Life Scene. Though you have dedicated a portion of your career to being here in Lynn and helping us address these issues that ultimately show that if we can develop real, genuine alternatives for young people where they get the opportunities they deserve and can achieve that sense of belonging that we all long for, that we all seek, then we can have the impact that we're looking for. And that's what our young people deserve. Obviously has an incredible influence on their trajectory as well as their families, to make sure that they're getting the support that they need, and ultimately our neighborhoods to draw people in with the kind of support that these organizations working together have been able to offer. And that model of collaboration, I think the theme you'll hear throughout today is how these different services and programs complement one another, and how the communication and cooperation really defines the work around the Shannon Grant. How that model of collaboration is serving as a model for us as we try to build on those efforts. And the city has really doubled down on trying to take a community-focused approach to solving the issue of community violence, and looking at the Shannon Grant as an example of how to build on one another's strengths, because one organization can't do it all. This work is so difficult and so complicated. People bring their personal experiences and also their professional training and expertise, and no one can be an expert on everything. And these issues are cross-cutting, and so you need to have folks that can complement one another. You know, and some of the examples of the city looking to be more proactive as we are building on these models of collaboration, we have been getting out into the community in a very literal way, knocking on doors in neighborhoods most affected by community violence. And some of the folks in this room will be joining me later today, actually, in West Lynn, right by Lynn Tech, to go door to door to let people know that the city is here for you, and let people know what some of the resources are available to them. Housing assistance, heating assistance, internet assistance, as well as ways to get in touch with the police when you're feeling unsafe, and how to open those channels of communication. We did it at Eastland last fall as well. We've heard that we want to be creating more positive role models for our young people, and we held the city's first ever Mentor Spotlight event in January. Really seeing these organizations like LYSOA and Life Scene and Catholic Charities that have mentoring programs already in place, and wanting to put those programs in front of our residents, for those residents that want to get more involved, to see what those opportunities are. The goal this summer is to try to offer employment to every young person who wants it. And it's going to be a lift, and we've been working with our partners to try to make that happen. But we know the value that giving a young person an opportunity has for them that summer, and also for their future trajectory. That the learning that happens in the workplace, the sense of achievement, and also the relationships you build with folks that have established themselves professionally and personally in their lives, and the wisdom that can come from those relationships. And we will continue to address these issues proactively, but not by ourselves, by reaching out to one another and thinking about how we can leverage everyone's experience and ideas and ultimately commitment to one another. Because I think that at its core is what drives this work. Recognizing that we all share the mission of every young person in the city of Lynn having the opportunity to live out their true potential. There are barriers that get in the way of that, and the most painful and the most frustrating and at times devastating is community violence. You can't live out your true potential if you experience the kind of violence that we've unfortunately witnessed at times in this city. And the violence affects everybody involved. The people's lives, trajectories are changed. And so by committing so deeply to the goal of making sure that doesn't happen, you all are generating opportunities and ideas and just the momentum that we need to build on to make sure that never happens here. And I want to specifically thank those young people who are here to share their stories, because I hope that the opportunity today to reflect on what you have achieved and what you will achieve will be valuable to you and yourselves and thinking about your next steps. And I really hope that you are proud of that, and you should be, and the city is proud of you. But you sharing your story, I hope it's helpful for you. It is so incredibly helpful to everybody in this room to serve as an inspiration for what is possible when we come together. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you have taken advantage of these programs. For all the planned work and the great funding that our state delegation obtained, we appreciate, and all the hours that the staff and administrators put in. None of that means anything until you participate and you take advantage of this. And we're incredibly grateful for those of our young people who have answered that call and stepped up to take advantage of these programs, and doubly so for sharing your story to help us identify ways in which we can build on their work and help even more young people. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to all the Shannon Grant participants for your amazing work, and we look forward to supporting you in years to come. Thank you.
So now we're going to highlight some of the work. First up, Lisa. Lisa Merrick is the Associate Commissioner of DPW, Head of Park and Rec. And if you don't know Lisa, then I don't know what you've been for 30 years. If there's one person that see who's done the most for kids everywhere, it's this lady.
It's a teamwork.
Give your update.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. What a great turnout, and thank you, Rachel and North Shore Community College, for putting this together. This is, I gotta say, in all my years being part of Shannon Grant, this has been the greatest turnout we've had for a breakfast. So thank you, everyone, for taking the time for Shannon Grant and for the youth of Lynn. But on behalf of the City of Lynn and Parks and Recreation, this couldn't happen without the support of the Shannon Grant. We have a program that takes place at Lynn Vocational Tech Fieldhouse. It started about 30 years ago with the support from the Lynn Police Department, many that are here today. That was part of the Shannon Grant. Mike Veal, Chief Reddy, Tom is now with us, and my partner, Tim Donovan, who's been by my side for many years down at the Lynn Vocational Tech Fieldhouse. But it started going back with Bobby Ferrari. He had a suggestion, and we sat together and we put this package together. And it's been going on for many years, thanks to the state reps and the mayors that have been supporting this program. But it's at Lynn Vocational Tech. It runs on Friday evenings. It's for boys and girls from middle school through high school. We have over 100 youth that come down every Friday night down at Lynn Tech. Years ago, it used to be basketball and football and kicking the soccer ball. Now it's volleyball, and we have co-ed volleyball going on. We have 3 courts of youth playing volleyball. Kids coming down socializing and having a good time, feeling safe because we have the great support of the Lynn Police Department that's been down there every Friday night. On the weekends, on the summertime, we also have a program that will be down at Lynn Vocational Tech. It's on Friday nights as well, and that's from 6 to 9 p.m. And we have pizza and waters for the youth, and it's a nice gathering, and there's a nice rapport with the police department and the youth that participate. And I couldn't be happier with the support. And as the mayor said, grateful. Yes, I'm very grateful for the support of everyone in here. It's not just here for the Shannon grant. The district attorney's office has been supporting the Parks and Recreation for the past the past year, supporting the summer program, supporting the swim program. We're starting up on Saturday down at Lynn Vocational Tech Fields House. The mayor is continuing the swim program in the summertime. We had a program, February vacation, April vacation. One was down at Lynn Vocational Tech. The other one was down at Manning Field. We had over 150 youth participate. A free program thanks to District Attorney Paul Tucker and his crew. So thank you everyone for being here. I thank everyone. The Police Chief Chris Reddy, thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you.
And Mayor Nicholson, thank you.
So I first met Lisa 31 years ago when I was working for her as a camp counselor at Camp Corona. It's probably like half the people in Amy. I'll give you a quick update from the police side. You know, we work closely with Lisa on the teen center, but we also, with everything that was going on, like the mayor said, we had to think of other ways to approach this. And with the Shannon grant money, the gang members of the gang unit are allowed to come in, do 4-hour blocks of overtime here and there, and mostly they came in and they did the school dismissals, so they were at Lynn Classical, before school, after school, English after school. We also came up with Deputy Vale was a sergeant of the gang unit, you know, back in the 2000s when we had gang issues before, and one of the things that he felt was effective was home visits, right? Because like the mayor said, it can't just be one agency, it has to be everybody. But including that everyone, it can't just be the schools, it just can't be Parks and Recs, it can't be the police. You gotta get the families involved. So the gang unit went out and visited 40 homes of people that were involved in all these incidents, sat down, had the uncomfortable conversation with the kids and the parents, and said, this is basically what your kids are up to. I think some of it was receptive, some not so much, and they're just gonna keep doing that. So that's a little bit of how we've evolved using our Shannon money this year on top of the teen center with Lisa. And then now we have LYSOA. Antonio, you coming up? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This, and I do have to say this is great. Last year, we didn't have this many people showing up. First off, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Not for us. This has nothing to do with us. This has to do with the young people that are in the room that are speaking this morning, right? That was the concept behind what I understood what the Shannon Grant was all about. It was trying to help our young people. It's not, please, it's not Antonio LYSOA. I'm going to ask my team to stand up this morning. It's no longer about myself. It's Becca and Ashley. This is their... That's the Shannon right there. What we do, we were told, well, I was told, this wouldn't work years ago when we started, when I started. And I think, I don't know, 15 years ago, Mike was the sergeant of the gang unit. Mike was one of the first officers I had met. And they were wondering who the heck I was. Who's this dude that was walking around? And I was told that this would not work. I think I beg to differ right around now. people ask me, what is it that we do? And I like to say that we do what nobody else does. Those uncomfortable conversations with the young people that don't like having those uncomfortable conversations. We show up when nobody else does. 12 to 24, and sometimes a little more, because even those that need that conversation, that little bit of help, right? Those are the conversations. I want to thank the DA's office and those that work for the DA's office that actually sometimes come to us and ask us questions, like how can we help these young people before they really get those really bad attachments, man, that we can help them, right? So that they don't stay in the system, that they don't find a way out years later to try to get those jobs that we're trying to help these young people to apply for. That they don't understand that when you catch these charges, there's no way out of them, right? So we do teach these kids these things. When they come to the center, we try to sit them down and we help them. Summer jobs, the mayor's office, thank you for all of that, right? I remember we used to be able, and Mike will tell you, we used to be able to get 40, 50, 60 jobs. Now it's like, I think we got like all girls applying for the summer job. I'm pushing boys to apply for these jobs. Why? Because the streets are so attractive and they don't understand there's nothing there. So the Shannon allows us to reel these boys in and educate them and teach them, like, listen, yeah, that sounds good, but here's what happens after the fact, right? So we're trying to teach that. So, you know, with LYSOA, we have, I call it unorthodox, we're able to have those uncomfortable conversations realistically of what can happen after the fact. I'm very grateful to still be able to do this work. I'm allowed certain, you know what I'm saying, to be able to step forward, allowed to go into the schools. We are there. We show up. You know, the mayor talked about yesterday. I'm so grateful, Chief, and thank you. Thank you for allowing us to show up and being able to be a part of certain situations and just being there and allowed to know and let them know that we're here to help, right? Sometimes you don't have to talk, just show up. And that's all you have to do. These kids know who we are. If they don't know the face, they know the gear that we wear and they count on us. They know that we will show up consistently and we participate. And so with that, appreciate you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of the Shannon Grant.
Jane Snyder, Catholic Church.
Good morning, I'm Jane Snyder for Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities is in its 14th year as a healthy collaborator in the Shannon Initiative. We have been providing youth between the ages of 14 and 24, outreach and intensive case management. We're joined this morning by officers who have come up from Boston, Catholic Charities officers who have come up from Boston, staff from Catholic Charities North. I can see you around the room. I think there's one of our North Shore Community College interns that's here with us this morning. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce you to one member of the Catholic Charities North team, and that is Christian Navarro. Christian, can you just give us a wave back there? We never see Christian because he doesn't spend time at the center. He's out and about providing that one-on-one intensive case management to 30-plus youths, day in and day out. And when I asked Christian what was most gratifying about his job, he said that youth after youth are going into youth management as a career and following in Christian's footsteps. Now, those are not Christian's words exactly because he's very modest, but that's essentially what's happening. And we're going to hear from one of Christian's mentees this morning. But a testament to Christian's effectiveness as a case manager, this year alone, I'm going to read off some statistics. 5 youths graduated high school. 4 youths were accepted into college and 3 are currently attending. 5 youths earned their learner's permit and 3 youths got their mass driver's license. 3 youths had court cases dropped. 7 youths had academic grade improvement. 2 youths made honor roll. 14 youths secured unsubsidized job placement. 1 youth was able to return to his family from custody from TCF, and 1 youth left gang activity. Now, if only we could clone Christian, which we can't, but we thank you, Christian, and we're proud of you.
Jessica? Jessica's the, oh, okay. Jessica is the Director of Strategic Programming of LYSOA.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Great. I am happy to be here today, and I have the honor of speaking briefly about Project Success. But before I do that, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank the Life Scene Youth Service team, and maybe you can stand up, Stephanie, Tori, and Maxwell, and our Shannon student. Stephanie, Tori, and Maxwell bring an amazing energy and excitement to the work and are committed to providing quality programming in Lynn. The entire team is relatively new, within 1 year, and have rolled up their sleeves and are really dedicated to our young people. Project Success is a different approach to addressing some of the challenges in the community. It is a paid workforce and career exposure program. We use evidence-based curricula, service learning, workshops, and guest presenters to expose our youth to people and experiences within Lynn, often experiences they may not have access to otherwise. We provide a safe space for our youth to build community, to prepare for adulthood, and explore options for healthy futures. Last year, we provided services to 54 youth in Project Success. We held 4 separate cohorts and placed youth with 10 community partners for externships. I want to mention that we've worked with the Community Credit Union in Lynn, My Brother's Table, Lynn Museum, Lynn TV, the Boys and Girls Club, Campfire, Hadassah Home, and the Food Project. We could not do it without our community partners. Project Success alone, we also use professional volunteers who come in to work directly with the youth, and those contributed another 328 hours of services to our kids. In closing, I have a couple of things. One, I wanted to share 2 quotes from youth in our program. One is, after experiencing the program, they feel more connected to community, more connected to the Lynn community, which I think is really powerful, and they feel less scared about their future. And part of that, I think, is to the dedication. We provide the case management, we provide the workforce development, we provide adult learning skills. I'd also like to just thank the Shannon community partners that are here today. And that's it, thank you.
So now we have 3 of the participants. We had a last minute, Mary Ellis from LYSOA couldn't make it. So Stephanie Galvin is going to speak on our behalf.
Sorry. Her speech is on my phone, and I do apologize. I am 100% not a public speaker. You'll hear me speak once in public, and it's at our graduation. So I'm going to be speaking on behalf of Mary Ellis, who's one of our most recent graduates. I joined Project Success because I felt like I needed help guiding where I was in life at the moment. I didn't feel like I was even going to graduate high school. Then Stephanie showed up in our cafeteria with a flyer saying that she would pay me to learn. I definitely learned a lot about different choices I could potentially make in life. One of the biggest takeaways from the program is definitely thanks to a lot of the guest speakers. I feel like knowing I have options and having people come to share their journeys is something very unique LifeScene offers, and something I didn't know. I'm glad I joined because I feel like thanks to LifeScene, I've had so many more opportunities that I would have never had, including the best externship. Mary Ellis was at Lynn Museum, and there was a bit of a rivalry. And I would definitely recommend it to any other youth that might feel overwhelmed with life or just need something to get you out of the house. I'm now looking forward to graduating. I have a job as a barista to get me by till then, just like Tori. And I would recommend this program to anyone who is interested. Thank you.
From Catholic Charities, Mando Thermidor.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing good, thank you. My name is Shannon Safety Initiative. First, I want to say thank you guys for having me here so that I can be able to speak with you guys. I've been working with Christian for quite a while, since I was, I believe, 18 years old. Christian is one person I could definitely say has been by my side for a while. He's done a lot for me to be able to, take the steps that I need to go to where I need to go. But being with Catholic Charity, one thing I can definitely say is that I've become a different person. The life that I lived before, where I was young and I was more reckless and I saw life in a different light, now I see it in a different way where I want to be greater than that person that I was before. And that is all due to Catholic Charity. I was able to get my GED through Catholic Charity. I was able to get a job through Catholic Charity. I was able to get a lot of assistance through Catholic Charity. And one of the things that I want to say for the youth is they definitely need that assistance. A lot of the youth need it because, especially with what is going on with, you will see like in the community, you will see a lot of violence going on, a lot of drug abuse, and they are prone to seeing that themselves. So with them seeing that and them living that truth, they need our assistance. Because without our assistance, they won't be able to lift up themselves the way that Christian and Catholic Charity was able to help me lift up. Thank you very much.
Jadiel Perez, LYSOA.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jadiel Perez. Some of you may know me for the work I do with LYSOA. My entire time with LYSOA, they've guided me on how I can better my life. Many tell me that I came a long way. I have been involved with LYSOA for about a year now. While being with LYSOA, I have accomplished many things. I have won my court cases with my advocates by my side. I've worked on community cleanup projects. I have given speeches at multiple events. I've stepped into a role model position for other youths in my community. I was introduced to Catholic Charities by LYSOA while wrapping up one of my cases. I currently attend the GED program there. After starting back up with school, I was able to get a job at LifeScene. At this job program, I spend my time split between LifeScene and My Brother's Table, where I do my externship twice a week. Upon graduating with my diploma, I want to go to North Shore Community College to study a major in criminal justice.
Thank you, John. In closing, it was, just want to say that every year when we come here, a big hand for Mando and John, because it's not easy to get up here and talk to a room full of adults, especially when you don't know half of them. It's not easy for me, and I know 3/4 of them. Kudos to you guys. I personally think that's always the best part of this breakfast. I think seeing what you guys get out of it as opposed to what we do for you. So it's good to see you guys getting something out of it. And Just in closing, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day. Thank you, Mayor Nicholson, for being a guest speaker. Senator Crichton was only a couple minutes late. I didn't want to interject before then, but thank you for coming. I think pretty much everyone is here, and feel free to hang out and talk amongst yourselves, but thank you.